Good morning from Fast Company. Here's our daily look into what's driving today's creative business leaders. What to do if your boss is blocking your promotion. If your boss controls your future, it's time to change the game. 6 strategies to move forward when promotions stall. You've put in the hours, delivered results, and earned the respect of your peers. But when it comes to moving up, the biggest obstacle isn't performance or policy, it's your boss. Managers often hold disproportionate power over career mobility. Research shows they can become the gatekeepers who decide who advances and who stalls. Gallup finds managers account for up to 70% of the variance in engagement, and half of employees say they left a job to escape their manager. Add to that the fact that companies fail to pick the right person for the job 82% of the time, and it's clear why bad bosses cost organizations billions in lost productivity, stalled growth, and attrition. Take Tiffany, a senior director at a global consumer goods company. After years of strong performance, she was eager to step into a vice president role. Her track record spoke for itself. She built high-performing teams, led revenue-driving initiatives, and earned praise across the organization. Yet every time a new opportunity surfaced, her boss deflected it. "We still need you here. Let's revisit this next year." Tiffany realized she had to look beyond her immediate manager to advance. We've seen this scenario repeatedly. Jenny as an executive advisor and learning and development expert, and Catherine as an executive coach and keynote speaker. When your boss is blocking your promotion, it's tempting to see it as a dead end, but you have more agency than you think. These 6 strategies can help you shift the dynamic, expand your influence, and chart a path forward, whether inside your current organization or beyond it. Number 1, become non-essential by building succession. One of the most common reasons managers stall promotions is that they can't imagine losing their top performer. Managers often block promotions to avoid weakening their own team. To overcome this, flip the script by making yourself replaceable, not immediately, but by showing that you're developing others who can take on parts of your role. Build a succession bench, delegate stretch assignments, and document processes so your leader can envision someone succeeding you without disruption. Ask yourself, who could step into my role tomorrow if I left? What does my boss rely on me for? And who can support them once I am promoted? How am I preparing others on my team to thrive without me? And what knowledge or processes should I document to make my absence less disruptive? When Tiffany's boss argued that she couldn't move up until she scaled her impact here, she built a succession planning matrix mapping her key responsibilities against potential successors, with a development plan for each. The point wasn't that she could leave tomorrow with a perfect replacement, but that she had a structured approach to grow leaders behind her, removing one of the most common excuses managers use to stall promotions. Number 2, build allies and sponsors beyond your manager. McKinsey highlights how those outside the manager's circle of trusted lieutenants are often excluded from promotion. You can't depend solely on your manager. Promotions often depend as much on organizational politics as on performance. Start by identifying 5 to 7 decision-makers and influencers who may shape your promotion. Conduct a reputation audit to learn how they perceive your impact. Ask, what 3 words best describe me when you think about my work? Where do you see me adding the most value to the organization? If you were advising me on career advancement, what should I work on next? A common mistake is relying only on mentors. You also need sponsors who will advocate for you in closed-door conversations. Research shows sponsorship accelerates mobility, particularly for women and underrepresented groups. Tiffany realized that while her boss was hesitant, other senior leaders already valued her contributions. By mapping her own career board of directors, she identified mentors, sponsors, peers, and even high-potential juniors who could amplify her influence. This broader network helped her case reach beyond the approval of one person. Number 3, reframe success as shared success. Some managers resist elevating talent because they feel overshadowed. Research found managers sometimes sabotage talented employees to protect their own job security, status, or to minimize competition. To reduce this perceived threat, make your success their success. Shift the narrative. Frame wins as team wins. Recognize your manager's role when presenting in senior meetings and show how your advancement reflects their leadership. As Ralph Nader once said, the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. Tiffany began reframing her language. Instead of saying, "I drove a digital transformation," she positioned it as, "Our team delivered this milestone with my manager's guidance." That subtle shift improved her relationship with her boss. Reflection question: how can I position my progress as a reflection of my manager's leadership? What opportunities exist to spotlight shared wins rather than individual wins? Number 4, demonstrate leadership beyond your role. Promotions signal readiness for a broader scope, not just excellence in your current job. Step into enterprise-level priorities such as cross-functional projects, task forces, or initiatives that align with executive goals. Visibility beyond your department shows you're already operating at the next level. Tiffany used the Promotability Index self-assessment to identify growth opportunities across the 5 dimensions: self-awareness, external awareness, strategic thinking, executive presence, and thought leadership. She then led a high-visibility cross-functional digital transformation task force directly aligned with executive priorities. The initiative stretched her skills and reframed how senior leaders perceived her readiness. Number 5, take charge of your own development. Many managers aren't proactive in developing direct reports. Waiting for them to chart your path can stall your growth. Own your career development. Seek out stretch assignments, request targeted feedback, and invest in your own learning. Signal your commitment to continual growth rather than relying on your manager's bandwidth or interest. Tiffany knew she couldn't count on her boss to sponsor her development. She pursued external execution education, engaged mentors, and worked with an executive coach who facilitated a 360 feedback process to uncover blind spots. That proactive approach made her growth undeniable and less dependent on her manager's discretion. As Wayne Gretzky said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Number 6, know when it's time to move on. Despite your best efforts, some managers will remain blockers. If the system consistently denies your advancement, evaluate whether it's time to move elsewhere. A lateral move inside the organization or an external opportunity can reignite your trajectory. Don't mistake loyalty for strategy. Sometimes the fastest route up is out. For Tiffany, the turning point came when she realized her boss's reluctance wasn't temporary. Even with succession planning, sponsorship, and expanded visibility, he continued to defer her advancement. Armed with a clear development plan and strong enterprise-wide relationships, she began exploring external options. When a VP role opened at a competitor, her preparation gave her the confidence and credibility to step in and succeed. When your boss blocks your promotion, it can feel personal and permanent. In reality, it's often about perception, politics, or structural gaps rather than your ability. By preparing successors, cultivating sponsors, reframing wins, demonstrating enterprise leadership, investing in your own growth, and when necessary, making the hard choice to move on, you expand your options and reclaim your agency. As we've seen in our work with executives across industries, a blocked path doesn't have to be the end of the road. With the right strategy, it can be the beginning of a new one. That's all today from Fast Company. Talk to you tomorrow.
SpokenLayer.